Hello. Today our topic is about the Operation Sindhoor. See, note it down. It is also one of the core topic when it comes to the UPSC Civil Services Examination, also for the Public Service Commission and the SSC Staff Selection Commission. So let's start with the introduction to the Operation Sindhoor. The Operation Sindhoor stands as one of the modern India's most significant, highly coordinated, and complex military interventions, which was initiated on the year 2025 on 7th of the May. It is the multi-dimensional operation which was conceived as a calibrated services preemptive response directed squarely at dismantling cross-border terror infrastructure operating against India's Indian interests. Unlike conventional skirmishes, Operation Sindhur signaled a monumental paradigm shift in India's regional strategic posturing in conventional deterrence posture under the nuclear overhang rather than engaging directly with state military assets. India executed high precision intelligence driven strikes designed strictly to target B-grade and neutralize non-state actor launch pads and headquarters situated across the LOC line of control and deep inside the sovereign Pakistani territory. The operation unfolded with seamless operational synergy across land, air, and maritime domains, enforcing the New Delhi's rigid zero tolerance policy against the state-sponsored terrorism while successfully maintaining calculated strategic restraint to minimize the risks of full-scale escalation. Next, there comes the fundamental causes of this operation, Sindhur. The trigger and systematic long-term factors driving Operation Sindhur includes the Pahalgam terror outrage, which was the immediate trigger, which was initiated on the 22nd April 2025. A brutal terrorist strike struck innocent tourists in the Baisaran Valley of Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir. The incident resulted in the tragic loss of 26 civilians, which was of the 25 Indian civilians and the one of the Nepalese citizen, creating massive national outrage and demanding an active punitive response. Next, the failure of the state mechanisms and Pakistan's inaction. Pakistan's inaction. Despite continuous diplomatic warnings and subconventional dialogue, the active cross-border infrastructure remained functional. India adopted the strategic baseline that a persistent failure to govern and deny operational space to anti-India outfits on sovereign foreign soil legitimized proactive defensive operations, intelligence fusion and imminent threat matrix that were credible intelligence fused from the human assets. Electronic intercepts and satellite tracking confirmed that groups like LET, JEM, and the following which are given here, you can clearly see these were the preparing launch pads for the further large-scale infiltration across the border, redefining the deterrence dynamics, establishing a definitive military benchmark that subconventional proxy warfare would meet direct punishing conventional consequences across multiple domains. Next, there comes the people and the key institutional figures who took the part. The absolute success of the Operation Sindhur was rooted heavily in institutional alignment, iron political resolve, and brilliant military field leadership across the entire national security framework. Political leaderships in the strategic command. Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, who provided the decisive political mandate, authorization, and clarity of objectives. He orchestrated international diplomatic containment while standing firm on national security deadlines. Defensive Minister Rajnath Singh, who maintained a continuous oversight, streamlined multi-agency procurement, handled critical public messaging, and classified the engagement as an ongoing proactive defensive mandate. Next, there comes the military brass and combined high command. Combined High Command. General Anil Chauhan, Chief of Defence Staff (CDS), masterminded the overarching integration of the warfighting structure, successfully fusing air, land, maritime, cyber, and information warfare domains into one single operational command grid. General Bhupendra Dwivedi, Chief of Army Staff, directed land forces, strengthened cross-border counter-infiltration frameworks, managed tactical deployments along the border, and formulated post-strike regional defensive containment readiness, executionary forces, and strategic combat fronts. The IAF, Indian Air Force, deployed over 100 combat fighter units, deep standoff, executing the deep standoff precision strikes using advanced SCALP and HAMMER missile weapon packages, eliminating nine prominent terror hubs, including Murikhe and Bahawalpur. The Indian Navy deployed its Advanced Carrier Battle Group (CBG) with MiG-29K strike assets to establish immediate maritime dominance and naval containment in the Arabian Sea. The Border Security Force and Special Agencies, the BSF and Special Agencies, successfully engaged and neutralized active fiscal infiltration attempts along international borders such as Samba sector, recovering critical warlike stores and securing civilian lines. Next, there comes the key structural takeaways and the lessons. Please note it down. The normalization of air power, proven that precision standoff air engagement can be utilized strictly below the threshold of all-out conventional conflict. Joint theater synergy, transform the theoretical joint operations into a real-world synchronized movement across the Army, Navy, and Air Force. Self-reliance in defense, indigenous systems like BrahMos cruise missiles and Akash air defense assets achieved extensive operational validation during active combat phases. Last but not the least, I also want to state that the heroes who were there in this Operation Sindhoor, they are the Colonel Sophia Qureshi, an Indian Army officer who, alongside the Foreign Secretary, took center stage to brief the nation and the world on the initial cross-border strikes. Wing Commander Vimika Singh, an Indian Air Force officer who co-presented the operational details alongside Colonel Qureshi, highlighting the precision, non-escalatory nature of the strikes. See, women are not only the simple ones who often be in the house and do the households. These two people stated, they also gave a statement that women are not only for the households, they can also save the country. The women are, after this operation, they gave a statement that women are also considered to be the heroes of the country. Okay, thank you. That's all for today. Sorry, it's a small note. Please note down these two people's name, the Colonel Qureshi and the Wing Commander Vimika Singh. It might be asked in the UPSC examination, also in other examinations. Okay, so thank you. That's all for today.